Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
My name is Miss Vernon.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
That is my letter and my resume and my references there.
Okay, thank you for bringing in that copy. That's very nice. Okay, well, I really appreciate you putting yourself out there for this position. Tell me about yourself. Tell me why you want this position.
Well, I have just always been a huge fan of astronomy, and so I thought that this would be a good first step for me.
Okay. You do realize it's an unpaid
Yes.
internship. Okay, great. All right. So tell me specifically, I see where you've done some robotics competitions in your in high school. Tell me what you liked about that, because that kind of fits with some of the things we have going on here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was always on the hardware team. The first year I was on mechanical, and the second year I was on electrical. And I really enjoyed building stuff, I guess, and it was really a lot of fun working on the team for the opportunities I got and the friends I made.
Okay. So, what was one of the high points of your competition?
Well, both years I was on it, we were not a very good team, but this past year I wasn't on the team, but I still had a lot of connections, and we got first place in the regional this year at robotics.
Right. You said you made a lot of friends. So, you know, we all work as a team here. What was one of the hard things that you noticed about working as a team?
Oh, that's really easy. There was too many people on that team for how small the robot was, and so it was really hard dividing tasks under the type of leadership we had. But
so how did you handle that when there were too many people trying to do the same thing or reach for the same?
Well, some days we would schedule people to come every Tuesday and Thursday, and the others come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and other times it would basically be pass the wrench around and screw in one nut.
I noticed also you said you're into social media. That's really important for us because we got to get the word out and get positive message out about. Is there anything you want to say about that? You have any ideas right off the top of your head that you think about? Just kind of a...
Well, I've followed you guys on everything, as you know, and so I think the best thing would just be reblogging what other people have wrote to get the word out.
Okay. So when you make a mistake or something goes wrong for you, who do you talk to about that? How does that work? Let's say on your robotics team, if you made a mistake somehow, what do you do? What happens when something goes wrong?
Honestly, I would say the first person I would go to are my scientific colleagues or colleagues in anything I'm doing, because they can give me the most precise advice on whatever it is that I'm dealing with.
Okay. Okay. Well, and I kind of, we like to invest in people and have a really long relationship with them. That's why we want to get started early with you. And so what I'm wanting to know is, what are you hoping to get out of, you're not obviously getting money out of this, and it's an honor to work on the team, but what are you hoping to take away from this position?
Mainly experience, and just I will agree that it's a great honor to even be considered for working here, and I would just like to just say that I worked at NASA once in my life, even if it was an unpaid position, because that's been my dream since I can remember.
And can you think of specifically what projects you would like to work on? I mean, what are your hobbies? Are they deep space? Are they,
Honestly, I'm willing to work on anything. Planetary astronomy has been what I have been mostly researching, but anything would be an honor.
Okay, well, we're working on Mars, so does that sound like something you would be interested in?
Absolutely. I've all my research papers in high school have been on Mars, coincidentally.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. So, some people don't know why we should fund NASA, and well, it's a waste of money, and this and that. What kinds of benefits do you think, what we do has to overall society?
Well, there's a lot of things that have already happened. The CAT scan was invented thanks to space exploration, and I think that is an amazing achievement by NASA. And
so the kind of the spin-offs,
yeah,
the different technological spin-offs,
and I believe that our Earth is not doing as well as it has been lately, and I think that space exploration is probably the easiest answer to a dying Earth, if not for like moving our entire population to a different planet, at least conserving space.
Okay, and the International Space Station, we do get an awful lot of information from satellites and International Space Station about how things are going. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. Tell me what's your biggest weakness? I know it's a tricky question, but I just want to hear what you'll say to that.
I would say that I never know if I'm good enough at what I'm doing. I'm always pushing myself to do more than everyone else, and sometimes it brings me down.
So you always comparing yourself?
Yeah.
But the good side about that is you get better.
Yes.
When you're around better people and you get better. So what's your greatest strength, do you think?
Well, when I consider myself a perfectionist, and while it kind of makes me compare myself to others, I always get the job done correctly, 100%. If it's not done correctly, I won't accept it.
Okay. Well, listen, our time is up here, and I have, I don't want to discourage you because this has been a very positive interview, but I have over 500 applicants for this position, but I want to tell you, you're one of my top picks. So just know I'm going to be getting back with you in the next 2 weeks, and I just think you would be just wonderful to have on our team. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye.